Okay, this video is for anybody who does not have this sheet in their notebook. If you do not have this sheet in your notebook, you need to watch this video. So you're going to go get one of these sheets, which is up in the front of the classroom on top of the clear set of drawers, and you're going to glue it into your notebook on the next open page. So here's my draft of my weekend paragraph, and then this is just going on the next page. So do that. Of course, if you're slow, you can always pause the video. That's the miracle of a video, right? Okay. Now, we were talking about a thesis statement. And a thesis statement is a sentence in the first paragraph of your essay. And it tells the main, ideas and the purpose for the essay. In 6th grade, excuse me, guys, the thesis is the very last sentence of your intro paragraph, your introduction paragraph. The thesis is like a steering wheel because it steers the essay. So a steering wheel tells the car where to go, and the thesis tells the reader where to go. So how do you write a thesis is you look over your notes. You look at all the research and ideas you've collected about your topic. So that means, and we'll do this in just a second here. And you ask yourself, what are the 3 main things I want to tell about my topic? These should be 3 of the most important things you have to tell anyone who reads your essay. 3 most important things about your topic, of course. Then you write a sentence that lists the 3 main ideas, and you list them in the same order as you do your thesis. The paragraphs will be in the same order that they are on your thesis, and I'll show what I mean by that in just a second here. So we're going to write in 3rd person. We're going to stick to the facts, not strong opinions. We're going to put the ideas in like a logical order of importance, and you're going to make sure that your paragraphs are in the same order as your thesis when you write it. Do not write in 1st or 2nd person. No, in this essay I will. None of that. So don't use those 1st or 2nd person pronouns like I and me or you. And we're not going to make broad announcements so that we sound like a game show announcer. So I'm going to have you get out your notes. You need to pause while you get your notes out. That is absolutely fine. So if you look at your notes, I have my physical characteristics. This entire box would make a lovely paragraph. I could write a paragraph about the animal's habitat and its home and nest if I had a lot of information. I don't really have that much there. I could write a paragraph about what my animal eats and how it gets the food it eats. That's another idea. I could write a paragraph about the life cycle of my animal. And as you see here, I do have a lot of information about that. Some of you might have a lot of information about the predators. If you do, you could write a paragraph about those. And some of you might have a lot of information about your animal's status because they're threatened or at risk. So you could write a paragraph about that. If you think about something though, a paragraph is one main idea with supporting details. And so other interesting facts cannot be a main idea. You can't have a paragraph that says, hey, here's a bunch of random stuff I found. So other interesting facts cannot be part of your thesis. However, all this information is not wasted because if you look at it, it probably is going to go back and support your other ideas. So we need to put 3 stars here. I'm being bossy and I'm saying that you have to use physical traits or physical characteristics as a paragraph about your animal because you have to tell us what it looks like and what it can do. But then you can choose. Some of you might do habitat. Some of you might do food. Some of you might do life cycle. Just depends on what you think you want to do. I'm looking at how much information I have. I've got a ton on life cycle, so I'm going to use that. I don't have very much on habitat, but I do have a lot on food, so I'm going to do that. So you put your 3 stars. You don't have to do the same ones I do. If you end up doing the same ones, that's also fine. And then once you get those done, we're going to write your thesis. So we've got our 3 stars, and we need to write our thesis. So if you look here at the bottom, it says the blank is a fascinating animal because of its blank, blank, and blank. This is where your animal goes. So mine's going to say ostrich. And I'm doing physical features, food, and life cycle. And I'm going to say physical features has to be first, because we need to know what your animal looks like before you tell us anything else about it. If I tell you that my ostrich can run 16 feet between steps, like it jumps 16 feet per step when it's full speed, that doesn't make sense to you unless you also know that that beast can be 9 feet tall. Then all of a sudden it makes more sense. I'm going to do food second, and I'm probably going to say diet instead of food because it sounds a little bit more formal. And then I'm going to do life cycle third. So again, you're writing down your 3 topics that you put stars by. And then once you get that done, we're going to flip it. So to flip the thesis, I want you to write flip over here. Probably going to sneeze here in a second. I'm really sorry. We're going to take the 3 things that are at the bottom of the sentence, physical features, and the other 2, and we're going to put them first. So mine is going to say physical features, diet, and life cycle. And yours are going to say whatever 3 things you had at the end of your previous sentence. And then it's going to say make the ostrich, and then some kind of a describing word. I'm going to probably say a unique animal, because they certainly are unique. Those big old bald heads. And then you have your thesis. So this will be your thesis sentence. You might write it there, just so you can see it for sure. And put like a little box. Yay! And that's how you write your thesis.